Hi, my name is Le Junliang. Nowadays, many people ask how to be a high efficiency and excellent manager. In this presentation, I show Liang Meilin as a Shenzhen Jingchuangdu company leads a team of 100% team through the fast-moving work. You will see specific behavior, how she executes on daily routine, and how this behavior alignment with the week 4 and week 5 theory. Now let's watch some identity and evidence. Here is the card and the working card. Now let's watch some interview. Today, I want to interview a manager who worked in China in Shenzhen.
Hi, my name is Liang Meilin from Shenzhen. I'm a manager in a technology company.
What's your leadership style, like authoritarian or democratic?
I prefer a democratic style. When we discuss tech plans or product corrections, I always get colleagues from different departments to brainstorm.
Well, your team have a reward and punishment system to drive the team operation.
We definitely have a rewards and feedback system. If people have great performance on projects, can get a promotion or dividends for key projects. Besides, we have a KPI genetics. If the performance is very poor, one will be dismissed.
What is the decision-making process in your management approach?
It's just 3 simple steps. Firstly, whoever have an idea, write down the details and share it in the group. Secondly, we have an online meeting where everyone can speak up. If there's a disagreement, we divide into small groups to talk it through. Finally, we vote for big matters. Over half need to agree. For small things like team outings, majority wins. Then we evaluate the results.
What advice do you have for future managers?
Well, listen to team a lot. Help them do better and grow, not just tell them what to do. Don't get stuck on small urgent things. Focus on big long-term goals and break hard work into small parts.
Okay, thank you. According to this interview, against the week 4 behavior leadership framework, we can inference Liang Meilin's leadership is democratic leadership. When in roadmap alignment and cross-functional department trade-off, she used the democratic approach. Discussing together on power basis, she relies on expert power and reference power. She encourages individuals to express opinions and try new solutions, while value individual opinions and show respect and recognition. This is advantages. And this potential limitation in context dependent. If team members lack of sufficient competency, or if there is extremely high requirement for decision-making efficiency, it may lead to delay the process. Leaders need to address flexibility to balance democracy and efficiency. How to impact individual and group behavior. She uses multi-dimensional positive impacts on team performance through participatory decision-making and empowerment support. She lets staff more willing to undertake the task. This can shape them acting, thinking, and engage the team. Influence how the group as a whole operates, shaping collaboration, decision-making, and collective outcomes. And also, we can inference Liang Meilin's leadership is very close to the transactional leaders because its characteristic is like central on exchange, logical, and guiding subordinate complete tasks through the clear goals, reward punishment mechanisms. There are some advantages. This has some applicable scenarios and limitation. This leadership style is highly effective in scenarios with clear tasks and standard process, or group with a lower member maturity like Liang Meilin's small team. However, in teams that require innovation, complex decision-making, or long-term development, it may result in insufficient team vitality due to the lack of motivation and empowerment. She how to impact on individual and group behavior. She uses task contract and clear punishment as its core logical. It has a direct goal-oriented impact on team performance by establishing rules, providing implementation, and fulfilling commitments to reward or punishment. As a result, individuals tend to be task-oriented and result-driven, and group behavior will be high consistent and with a focus on stable task execution. At the end, this is really helped to keep the team running smoothly, but the real stress is the decision-making. Now let's talk about the Liang Meilin's decision-making. We can inference Liang Meilin's decision-making process is very close. The 5-step decision-making. Here is content. And I make a sheet from 4 comparison dimensions. Starting point of the decision-making, alternative formulation and evaluation, decision-making mechanism, and implementation and feedback. We can see the Liang Meilin decision-making model. And we can see the Liang Meilin decision-making model. Compared to the 5 decision-making, it without a problem divisional phase, and without a multiple alternative formulation phase. And it relies on voting, ignore decision quality and key opinions. Also without improvement on the judgment phases. And here is my critical thinking. Her model has a superficial advantage such as a concise and brief process and high participation. According to the courses of action mentioned in week 5, her approach is more in line with the behavior model instead of classical model. And it involves selecting a satisfactory solution through the discussion, voting when information may not be fully completed, and the inconsistent opinions among the members. This reflects bound rationality and cognitive limitation to the characteristics of the behavior model. However, from the perspective of the decision-making scientifically, risk control, and long-term effectiveness, it has obvious logical gaps and practical hidden dangers. And here is some advantage of her model. Also, her approach emphasizes full participation. It is intentionally processes simplification rather than process optimization, lacking of some process to improve decision quality. Key phases should be supplemented based on framework of the five-step decision-making model. From the interview, we can distill one constructive advice for the future leaders. Here is the advice content. How to interpret it. She takes member needs as the starting point and relies in two ways of the individual growth and the team development. This action reflects transformation from a task manager to a growth-driven person. She focused on whether team members can achieve self-growth, and it finally forming a positive cycle of member growth to the team strengthening or organization development. This can reflect her democratic leadership because it emphasizes involving team members to value their voice and supporting them. And this can avoid top-down authoritarian. And meanwhile, building a support system of capability and career growth demonstrate a focus on nurturing team members, which is the core of the democratic leadership. The last slide is my reflection. Here's what I learned. She balances people and deliver. She puts the voice and the ownership down to the team. Listen first, then decide and drive. She told me that the effectiveness measurement isn't one style. It's picking the right tool for the different situation. And the transactional push work for deliver, but it would mute the innovation. Democracy isn't the same as a drug. My observation is prioritizing long-term trust over the short income, using small truck to avoid making hasty decision. This making me realize the quality of the decision making comes before the quality of the outcome. Here's what I will do next. And this is AI declaration. Thank you.